So thanks for jumping on. I'll do a quick run through for you because it sounds like you're quite on the ball as to what we were getting at. And obviously you've had some other software like Podium and did you say Entreport or something that you were using? Or Send in
No,
Blue?
so yeah, send him blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was dabbling with Entreport when I first started. It was just too big. Then we found ServiceMate um, with regards to home inspections, and then we added pest control, and we were running it all through one. And then I had another brand. It was just getting too complicated. So now we have two ServiceMates.
All right, easy. What I'm going to do now is give you a quick feel as a ServiceMate user of how seamless it is to pull all your messaging into one place. I'm going to share my screen with you. Um, some of our guarantees, Nick, never miss a lead again. Respond to every customer within 3 seconds. That in itself is worth a weight of gold to make sure you convert more leads. And how we seamlessly integrate with ServiceMate to push the contact site details in. So then you just do what you do in ServiceMate, but then we track the job through the job queue. I'm not the strongest in ServiceMate in our team. I've got other team members that are. I'm a Simpro specialist. But as you're tracking it through the job card or job queue, I believe it's called, and badges, we can track that and the workflows can happen. So if a quote's sent, for example, LANA can automatically push the job card in our system and chase that actual quote as well from our system.
Yeah,
So they're the kind of things we can do. And at the end, obviously, when the job's completed, by just simply hitting job complete, and job done inside of ServiceMate, it'll automatically update LANA to send out a survey, Google review, and in your case, pest inspection, do like a 6-month follow-up, rebook them into your system. So let me show you how that works. I'll just share my screen with you.
yeah,
Any
cool. Yeah,
questions? I'll
good.
race through it because it's obviously,
No, of course, yeah.
and then you just hit me up any questions you've got. Now, what we're showing you here is a virtual business with no staff. Okay.
Yep.
It's just an example, funnily enough, a flooring business, which I have 0 flooring customers. So there you go. Use the demo side of an industry which I don't have any clients in. But I will show you how it works. Everything you see out of the box is built by me and my team, including adding the web chats, updating your contact forms on your website, connecting your Google My Business, Facebook, and Instagram, so that all your leads are filtering directly in to your LANA account and then pushing into your ServiceMate in your case. A quick question, Nick. Do you mind if I quickly go to your website and fill out a test form?
Sure.
Yeah, is it just the end of your domain, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Is this your website? Wait, excuse me. Control Z. I didn't want to do that. There. Yeah, okay. So normally speaking, what I like to do with a client is just show them how it feels to be a customer on their website. So if I hit get a quote, you've got anchor text, brings you down to a typical contact form. If I fill in my details, I'm just going to write test only. I'm assuming these contact forms go directly either into ServiceMate or into your email account.
No, so go directly to my admin email, and then she'll respond with a basically quote.
Okay.
For that.
So in that journey, two things happen. It's going through to an individual's email who then has to respond once they've received it. If it's after
Correct.
hours, that's not happening. And number two, you have to migrate that person manually into your ServiceMate if you elect to quote them. And number three, if the customer doesn't go ahead, they're not automatically going into a CRM, which can then potentially win them over later. Because let's face it, you don't win every job. But what if they went into our CRM where we could actually say, well, we got the lead, we didn't win it this time, but it's 6 months later, they're in our CRM and we hit them up to say, hey, Australian home inspections, time for a pest control inspection, reach out to us if you'd like to make a booking. And maybe next time you win that lead, that's what we do. So
Yeah. So we do that manually, which is why I want to do it automatically. So basically, as long as I have someone's name, phone number, email, then they will get loaded as a quote, even if they don't get basic, even if we can't get through to them for that
yes.
exact reason to hang on to their contacts. But yeah, it's one of those ones that yeah, it has gaps, which is
Okay, that's all right.
we're trying to plug the hole.
We'll try and avoid those. That's why we're chatting. So normally speaking, when I hit send, it says thank you for your submission, which will probably pop up right here. Let's see what yours does. Yep, thank you for your message. And it goes to a thank you page, which ideally would track the conversion. Australian Home Inspections, thanks for your inquiry. Here's what people said about us. I like that you've got a testimonial. But kind of there, the conversation ends. Now it's on your administrative person to get through to you. And I'll show you the difference with ours. So let's say, for example, someone comes through and they want to add an image of the actual quote itself. They can. Whether they come through the web chat, the contact form, or all your other social accounts I've mentioned, LANA automatically responds to that customer directly to their most personal device, which is their mobile phone. That directly engagement is super important part of our process. Phone is required. I've got that here. Sorry, mate. So this is just an example of the contact form. So in this case, you're the customer. This is a virtual business with no staff. As it says here on the website, thanks for contacting our team. We'll be in touch with you shortly. You should have just instantly received a text message from us.
Not as yet. There it is.
Yep. And I've received a lead as the owner of the business, and anyone in your sales team, Nick, if you can just see me on there. Yep. So there's the lead that's come through direct to my phone. It's on the mobile.
I was going to say your mobile app or
yeah, we're on a mobile
SMS
app, which is available on Android and iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what's happening here is we've had instant communication with the customer, and as I said to you, any time of day we can distinguish a different message. So if it's during hours, well, we'll have a workflow for that to say our team will be in touch with you shortly. But in the meantime, here's who we are and what we do and why you should work with us. And that's been sent to you already via LANA. If it was after hours, it would say you've caught us in after hours, emergency call out, and weekends. We can have different workflows for time of day. Now, in this instance, and you don't have to do this, but I think it's always nice, if I'm a homeowner and I want to book a quote in for a call, I can, or at least get a quote, and I can select a time on the built-in calendar and fill in my details. And I'll just, and maybe it's the weekend, and I think, well, you know what? I'll have a chat with them on Monday, and that's when it's more suitable for me. And you offer the opportunity for them to book that in. Now, that integrates with your Google Calendar and Outlook. So it's just an option. If you don't like it, you don't need to use it, but it's just an option for you. Now, over here is where the app is. Let me just show you. What you're going to see now is the desktop version of the app, and I'll show you the mobile version as well. I'm assuming if you've got an admin team, they're going to be mostly sitting there inside the app on the computer.
Yeah, correct.
Great. So what you're going to see is how they would operate. Nick's come through and a conversation's been had. The opportunity's been created, which I'll show you in a moment. So as I said to you, our pre-built workflows exist to help capture and nurture that lead. Hey, Nick, our team will be in touch with you shortly. In the meantime, here's some information about our page. And we build all of these assets. So we've got these kind of assets that give the customer a sense of who you are, why people enjoy working with you, trusted. I'm sure there's some kind of pest control certificates.
Yep. So you email that to the client, or what's that? Sorry,
this came through to you as a text message already.
Okay, that's what's on the text message. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just a way of building trust and rapport and showing people that you're a credible business, and this is why you're going to be working with them. Yeah. So the conversation's had here. Obviously, we then offer it, and there's 3 messages sent in the space of 2 minutes, purely for demonstration purposes.
Yeah, got all
it says our care team's currently unavailable if you'd like to book in a call. And again, we have a custom URL that they'll have to book a call in for a quote, much like the thank you landing page you saw a moment ago for a calendar. Okay. We also offer tip sheets and other collateral. You might have other things part of your pre-sale purchase, process, I should say, where it's like, oh, before an inspection, please fill in these certain documentation. We can have that sent to the customer instantly. Okay. Now, this is where, by definition, the conversations occur, which is where 70% of where your staff will spend their time. And by definition, the conversations are where the conversations happen. Yeah. So if I send a text message to you, because I've got your phone number, I can text you. Excuse me. I just hit the wrong thing. Give me a moment. Because I've hit your phone number, I can actually text you. Because I've got your email, I can email you all out of the same spot.
Yeah, because it comes off a number, I can reply.
Exactly.
Back. Yeah, whereas ServiceMate, you have to hit the link.
That's okay.
Which is always entertaining when people don't hit the link.
That's fine. So had you come through? Did you ask me a question then?
No, I was just commenting because I'm not sure if you're familiar with ServiceMate. If I SMS you from ServiceMate, right, it says reply via this link, and then you have to click on the link to be able to reply to me.
Okay. And does that thread happen in another conversation place, or where does that happen?
Well, no. So it all comes into ServiceMate, which is fine, but it's that sort of the client has to do an additional thing, and people are always wary about clicking links on an SMS, right? So
as you're experiencing, this is just a normal text message which they'd be comfortable with. Yeah. So
that's good.
If it came through Facebook, it would say FB message, Instagram, Insta message, and Google My Business GMB message. So it's all happening in the one location. Okay. We've got pre-built templates for everything. So you can have unlimited SMS templates. So if you don't want to write out, if you're using VAs overseas, for example, you can easily just have pre-built text messages sent to the customer. Yeah. And same as emails. If you're writing out the same email over and over, you can already embed pre-built emails. Yeah.
Yep, cool.
Use a template and send. So that's being sent directly from my email to yours. Okay. So super simple. I know that ServiceMate customers typically use ServiceMate for payments, but if you want to create a payment and an invoice instantly, I just go like this. Excuse me, typo. Let's say, for example, it's $500. Hit the copy link, mark as sent, send that to you, and that's going to create a secure payment link instantly to your phone and an invoice that's fully downloadable for that customer. And you saw how easily and quickly that is to actually create. So do you see that payment link on your screen?
Yep.
Yep. So it looks much like this, because I'm going to record this and maybe use this for a ServiceMate demonstration. The payment link looks just like this, and we integrate with Stripe and PayPal. So a secure encrypted payment link is delivered instantly to the customer. So super easy and trustworthy. And if you're on site, and we also have tap and pay on the phone for your information as well.
Oh, cool.
So that's what we've got in terms of where the conversations are had. There's a lot more that can go on there, but in simple point, that's what we do on the conversations area. The other part, which is super important, where you spend the other majority of your time, is my other guarantee is that you'll never miss a lead again. Every lead is added in here as a new lead. And the beautiful part of that is they're coming from every channel. They're being marked where they've come from. And you can manage all of those leads or inquiries for existing or new customers. It doesn't have to be, say, new lead. It could say new inquiry. It could be an existing customer, and it'll already identify if that's an existing customer. If I was speaking to Nick and I wanted to qualify him, what I would do is I would click and call him. So actually, before I do that, let me just show you one last part, which you might like. Can you just call me on the number that I've been text messaging you on? So that's a live phone number, and that's routed to any mobile or landline that you would like. Currently got my phone on here. So you can see that's showing as an inbound call. You can have active call recording, or you can have it disabled, and that's coming directly through to my phone. Yeah.
Yep.
And so in this case, could you just hang up so the missed call text back occurs? In a moment, you're going to get a text message that says, sorry, missed your call, a fully customizable message from Nick. So you're not just coming back, the customer can have, obviously, thanks for contacting Australian Home Inspections. Currently, attending to a pest control. Your quote, call's important, and then we embed an ability for them to actually fill in a contact form to get a quote, not just coming back to a missed call, but you're actually coming back to contact details and what service they're looking for, etc. Okay, so that's our missed call text back function. Over here is where the leads are all going into. So as I said, Google My Business, Facebook, Instagram, web chat, all come into here. And there's Nick Del Carlo. If I want to give him a call and qualify him, I can just click and call it. Right now, LANA is calling you through a tracking number. Whilst I'm calling Nick, and I'm just going to do the demonstration, your phone's going to ring.
Yep.
I can see all the details on the left-hand side of your business, who you are, what you do. If I haven't captured the site address, I can. So if you want, I can put in your real address, or I'll mask it for the demonstration. So what I'll do is I'll put in your street address if you don't mind. Okay, so we've spoken to the customer, maybe got some more details. You can add as many custom fields that you want to capture on the left-hand side. And what we normally do, recommend for our ServiceMate customers, if they want to push it into ServiceMate, quite simply, once they've spoken to the customer, right? Let's say we've spoken to the customer and he's good to go. I just drag that and it'll push it directly into ServiceMate. Now, this is a Simpro account, so I'm going to have to send you a video recording of how it looks when it goes directly into ServiceMate, but it just enters in with the name, details, and creates a job card instantly, just like normal.
Yeah. So with that, does it go to ServiceMate's inbox, or does it create a quote immediately?
Creates a quote immediately, or you can do one or the other. Yeah,
I'd prefer it to create a quote immediately, because part of the problem with the inbox is how the inbox can be a place where leads go to die, basically.
No, that's
Get
okay.
a bit hectic in
So,
there.
because I integrate with a number of different businesses, on the ServiceMate integration page, if you come down here, I actually have a video here that actually shows what happens when that job card's dragged across.
Okay. Yeah,
And
I'll
you
have a
can
look.
watch that afterwards because I'll be fair, I
Yeah,
just
I'll.
followed the instructions of my team on how that works. So when it comes in, and you'll see it has all the same stages that occur inside of ServiceMate, and we can track them, and it'll show you where it goes into ServiceMate. Where does that happen? There you go. So it'll go in here, and then you can follow what it does, and it creates a quote. Okay. So now you're inside of ServiceMate. You do what you do inside of ServiceMate, and as you're going through the various stages, which, to be fair, I've actually got an example here, because you can have as many pipelines as you want. And the best part is then you can track all your various jobs and where they're at the moment. So if I actually drag that across right here, that will push it into our sandbox ServiceMate account. But unfortunately, I don't even have the logins to show you what that just created. So take my word for it. That's what it does.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
But then from there, does it automatically move through that sequence on the right-hand side, or do you
It
need to
does,
manually move?
precisely. No,
Yep.
it does. Yeah. So when you
So
go
it's
to
got
quote
two-way.
created in there, quote sent, quote decline, or quote accepted, it'll move the job card accordingly as you're moving it inside ServiceMate. One of the other things I like is that because I'm a salesperson myself, I think sales is super important. Let's say, for example, Nick comes through and I can't get in touch with him. Instead of putting him in here, by the way, I could put him in lost or abandoned, but I also created this pipeline called client reactivation, which on the right-hand side, it actually highlights that if a customer inquiry comes through and you can't get in touch with them, you just drop them straight in here. And what's it going to do? It's going to chase them for the next 30 days. Hi, Nick, you just contacted us trying home inspections. Your peace of some mind of being rid of pests is important to us as much to you. Use the following link to book a call with us. We'll give you a quote. We guarantee to beat the best in WA or whatever your messaging is. And it will do that as just a client reactivation sequence. So every 7, 14, 21, and then after 30 days, we just stop pestering them. Excuse the pun. So that's it. Realistically, that's a nice overview of the integration and how it works with, and I'll just copy that video for you and send it to you. There's some more things that it does, which I want to show you. And any questions while I'm going through here?
I'll be interested to see what that sort of how that automation sort of builds out. Is it a drag and drop, or is it?
What's the question?
Yeah.
If you ask me, I'll answer it.
So basically, the automation when you're building these, is it literally a drag and drop builder as far as like email, SMS? If this, then that.
Oh yeah, sure. No, we build all of those for you, Nick.
Okay.
We actually build them as part of our setup fee. Yeah. So we build all of your workflows before you. You get 6 custom workflows built by our team, and we show you how we build those, and it's up to you afterwards. So
of course, and then afterwards, so is it is it a drag and drop, or is it something that
it's pretty simple? I believe.
Simple? Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't generally do them in my team, but I'll show you. So you've got a workflow.
Yeah. So similar. I've seen that previously. Yep. Cool.
You want to add a stage? You can, and you can add time frames between each of the triggers.
Yep.
I suggest you use my team to build it because we're excellent at it, and it's part of our setup process anyway. And additional workflow is only $150 for us to build, one-time fee. So it's not expensive. Okay, so that's a little bit of an overview of the
if we need to tweak stuff, So no, it's good to know if we need to tweak bits and pieces,
So this is your CRM. Okay, so it's a complete CRM. We import all of your contacts. It's a simple CSV import, CSV file import, and we work on you in the first onboarding to help you import your contacts. And we can import and customize the fields that are important to you. And obviously tags enable you to segment your audiences, right? So if you've got mice and one's, cockroaches, you can quite simply put in, cockroaches, just as an example, and that filter will list all of the customers. I don't have that as an example, but I do have electricians.
Of course, yeah.
So then electricians, you can just click, and then it will send a bulk campaign to those guys. So you can send a bulk SMS, bulk email, or a workflow or campaign. Campaign is simply the following. Imagine you just had the start of summer and you want to hit everyone with an SMS or an email, and then 7 days later say, hey, not sure if you got it. This is our offer coming into Christmas. Book us in on a call. And then maybe at the end of that, it'll be a manual notification to the sales team to say, give them a call, just because you know that they've received the sequence. It's time to book them in. Yeah. That way we don't have any gaps. Okay. That's your CRM. There's a lot more to that. I mean, I can go into an individual contact. On the right-hand side, I'll have lead attribution. It will track, if it came through Facebook, the lead, it will have the actual Facebook campaign and a blue button right there, the name of the campaign that delivered the lead. If it was SEO, it will have a maroon, and so on. So you can actually track how the leads are performing, and we have reporting to track how all your Facebook, Google ads, everything is tracked. This is when you're inside the individual contact. Obviously, you have the history of the conversation with the customer, which is always nice, across all threads, which is really, really nice to have in one place. And then what else will I cover off with you? LANA has its own calendar, but realistically, our customers that have a job management software use that calendar. You're never wise to use two calendars because that just causes shit for everyone. In terms of marketing, I think you'll really appreciate, we have a social planner, which you can post and schedule all of your marketing posts across each of these channels for the entire year.
Oh, fantastic.
So my team at Christmas built my posts out for the entire year, right? So we don't have to think about that task anymore. We planned out what our messaging is going to be, and so it's all done across every channel. And that helps you with your SEO. That helps you with your Google My Business ranking. Posting regularly does help. Other than that, you've got reputation management. The email builder is super easy to use. As I said, with the reporting, you can track your ads. Do you do any advertising offline as well, Nick?
A little bit, yeah. Mainly it's Google.
Okay,
but we do some. So like, we got a couple of brochures with real estate agents and a couple of small ads in print media.
You can buy you can actually buy as many phone numbers as you want. It's only additional $6 a month, and we can apply that phone number to the individual ad that you're running, and you can track all the leads in LANA as well. Yeah. So you've got Google ads that can be imported and connected, which we do with you. Facebook ads. Obviously, we have lead attribution that tracks all your SEO because we connect to your Google. It gives you some detail on how many leads you're winning. Call reporting, so you can track how your teams are performing for answering new and missed calls, and obviously tracking how those calls are being handled if you choose to record them. That's a whirlwind of what it does. Does that answer most of your questions about how it works?
It answers a lot of them.
Other than the ServiceM8 integration, which I've sent you the video to watch.
Yeah, no, it answers a lot of them. That's great.
Awesome.
With regards to phone numbers, can we get the existing landline through that, or is it mobile phone driven through this?
Well, for text messaging, you have to use a mobile number.
No, I understand that, because obviously there would be a mobile number, but it's also so like outbound calling through this as opposed to...
You can absolutely purchase a landline for outbound calling, okay. Yes.
Isn't it about time you gave LANA a try? Book a demo with us today and get your free account for as little as $1 for a month.